All right, I'm gonna, I guess, kind of show you, guarantee you that the banking collapse in America is going to continue. I'm going to tell you something. Nobody's going to say it this way because it's something when it popped in my head, I had to go, wait a minute, holy fuck, and then go back and retell it to myself, and you can decide whether it's fucking crazy or not. Remember when SVB and Signature Bank collapsed? Yellen said that all deposits were going to be covered, like everything will be made whole. Even the president said everything's going to be made whole. And then a couple of days later, they said that not everything is going to be all deposits made whole. And then they turned around and when the craziness started with other banks being in danger, I think it was Yellen that turned around and said that they're gonna kind of like decide who gets saved and whatever, covered and whatever. That means that the big ones, they're gonna save the big ones, not the small regional ones. Now, play with me on this, follow the bouncing ball. That means they're guaranteeing by saying that if your money's in the small regional banks, we're not gonna cover you. We only cover the too big to fail banks. So that's causing people in the small regional banks to take their money out of those banks and put it in the too big to fail banks, which they select as the winners. But here's the problem. I don't want to get into the fact that a group of people are selecting which bank wins and which one doesn't. Let's face it, that's nefarious. But let's just move past that, okay? But the fact is, by saying that, these small regional banks are going to have depositors take money out to put money in the big banks, so the little ones collapse. But when the little ones collapse, it causes a tidal wave, a chain reaction around the world. So they're guaranteeing, like, why would you keep your money in a small bank than if the big bank is safer? Do you understand? They're guaranteeing that action. And most people are like, well, I'm with this. I don't care if those banks fall down. You don't get it. You should care about it because at the end of the day, small regional banks, everybody gets into these 4 or 5 big banks, too big to fail banks, and then technically speaking, they introduce a digital dollar because everything is consolidated. Do you understand what I'm saying? So a lot of small regional banks disappear. Everybody goes into the too big to fail banks, and those too big to fail banks are then controlled, consolidated, and managed, and there goes your digital dollar or CBDC. Let me explain something to you. The road to the digital dollar starts with getting people to do things voluntarily. Get out of those banks, get into these banks, and then these banks. Oh, wait a minute, there's digital. There's your digital dollar. Doesn't sound crazy, does it?